Today's Q&A is about wrestling with all of the hidden agendas that have been going on most of all of our lives. If you lived in the 50s, some huge events happened that changed the projection of civilization on our planet. There were mistakes made, deals made, and we were handed over to a power that was much more evolved in nearly every way. Imagine trying to overcome beings that can morph into other entities and that can manifest weaponry or the ultimate direct energy to zap you in a moment. Sounds like science fiction or a superhero comic book, doesn't it? It's nearly impossible to believe, but many are awakening to the fact that we are not alone on our planet, and the evidence is becoming too big to put back into the bottle. Some are fearful and others are joyous, and some are just waiting to see how it all shakes out, and that's okay because most of them, like Cool Lady, are praying. Praying for the madness to stop and prayer for our bodies to be free from poisons and learn how to heal themselves. I think that at least 50% believe that our bodies can heal themselves. We get that our diet, lack of exercise, and ineffective methods of dealing with stress is contributing to our aging process, but we simply haven't taken the time or made it a priority to maintain our health. Sure, we take all kinds of pills. We buy the methylene blue and ivermectin, grasping for anything that we hear can bring us the proverbial fountain of youth. The corruption paralyzes us because we are now seeing the deception and lies, but either we don't think anything can be done or we just can't admit we were wrong, because we allowed ourselves to become consumed with hate and irrational demands. How do you walk it back when your face is all over the internet, screaming and emotionally falling apart to the point where you appear to be a risk to yourself or others? You wake up and you use that awareness to fix it. You wake up and instead of watching Fox and CNN, watch the live feeds from within the halls of Congress. If you want clarity real quick, listen to how the left justifies violence, rape, and blames it on those who don't support their hate. If this is you, please know that it's history. The entire planet has been manipulated and anesthetized so that we don't understand our power. The power that each of you have is not in your ability to overshout someone else. It is your ability to calmly and clearly resolve disputes in a way that shows your true concern and love for others.
I like the format and the questions. My thoughts, there are many corrupt folks everywhere and everything. President Trump brings those to the spotlight that have involvement in dirty deeds or acts. I truly believe if all was exposed to the public, we would have a world full of chaos. As for the other life forms, I am open-minded but cautious. Being cloning, CGI, and all things that can be produced by technologies we the public have no knowledge of, or very little. Keeping my sanity through it all is a bit easier as it surely is sharpening my discernment. They say only believe half of what you see, less of what you hear, and until you experience things. The cliffhangers are many, but there is a lesson to it all. Build your faith in God, help others, be kind, and learn how the voting and our legal system is intended to work.
Thank you so much for your input, Cool. I'm trying to balance the content of the videos to best meet everyone's needs, and your comments are so greatly appreciated. We must talk with loving kindness to evolve, and you guys nourish me. I can tell you this, having been where you are. You are on the right track and you are navigating it beautifully. It saddens me when people learn about what has been going on and they spew so much anger. I get that the jokes sometimes lighten the mood, but when we focus on the future and not the past, we gain more and more clarity. Better yet, we should focus on the now, which creates the future. The ET thing is a tough one, I admit. I've had many paranormal experiences in my life and a few UFO sightings, but it wasn't until I went to Westminster last year to a pre-announced UFO sighting that I knew 100% that it's real. Of course, the estimated 2 trillion observable galaxies now estimated by official sources is jaw-dropping. That's galaxies, not planets. How can this little grain of sand that we call Earth be the only home to sentient life? Hundreds of thousands to millions of galaxies have been directly imaged or identified by Hubble, depending on the depth and scope of the survey. Is it mathematically feasible that we are alone in the universe? Hubble's observations, especially the Hubble Ultra Deep Field, revealed about 10,000 galaxies in a tiny patch of sky, which was then used to extrapolate the estimate of 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. There seems to be some misunderstanding about the differences between clones, CGI, and AI in the context of their impact on our ability to trust anything. So let's take a quick look. You are so right, and it's quite fortuitous that these technologies are all being exposed at this time, especially the AI. There are ways to spot them, but deception is our past and present. We'll see what happens in the future. Clones, CGI, and AI are all very different with unique applications. Clones refer to biological copies of an organism, created through processes like somatic cell nuclear transfer, resulting in genetically identical individuals, as seen in cases like Dolly the sheep. I know this language has been used for a very long time, but I think what was meant was the use of actors and Hollywood-quality masks and special effects makeup. A true clone is Dolly the sheep, or cloning your pet. CGI is computer-generated imagery, a digital technology used in film, gaming, and media to create or manipulate visual content, such as realistic animations or special effects. It relies on software like Canva or Photoshop to render images or scenes. CGI can be convincing when someone changes the head on a photo or distorts the image to make their body different. They almost always can be examined closely and identified. AI is artificial intelligence, and this is where it's getting scary. It's one thing to take a still image, but when you can create a documentary movie without ever hiring an actor, it involves computational systems designed to mimic human cognitive functions, such as learning, reasoning, or problem-solving, powering applications like chatbots, autonomous vehicles, or data analysis tools. While cloning is a biological process, CGI is a visual arts tool, and AI focuses on intelligent data processing. Each serves different purposes with no direct overlap, though they can intersect in specific contexts, like AI enhancing CGI rendering or analyzing cloning data. Believe me, I understand the confusion with so many technologies that can recreate reality, and I try very hard to confirm them. Some I can spot right off the bat, like that one all over YouTube right now, with the girl talking about an AI software and her shirt is unbuttoned so low on perfect breasts that all you can do is look at them. I don't know if you've seen that one, but the girl talking is AI herself. It's getting very refined. There are a few deep fake methods that you missed, but one that we need to call out, because it has been predicted to become relevant in our future. So let's do a quick mention of holographic technology, which can create entire environments that we can interact with for both good and bad reasons. The difference is always consent. If the use of holograms are known, such as with the use of the future medbeds, then technology is serving us. If we don't know that something, like an alien invasion, is holographic, then it's serving someone else and likely in a way that is victimizing us. Stay alert and don't get too drawn up into it. In case you haven't guessed, all of the images in this video are either AI combined with CGI enhancements or pure AI. It's been predicted that the deep faking is going to get pretty wild. We have passed the point of no return as a civilization. Our only option is to evolve vibrationally. This is no longer sci-fi, it is reality. Hubble is not optimized for discovering new planets, but it has contributed significantly to exoplanet science, especially in characterizing the atmospheres of known exoplanets and confirming their existence. We know in our heart that we aren't alone, but I think that many are afraid to embrace this truth, fearing the unknown or the vulnerability of connection. This hesitation stems from uncertainty, societal skepticism, or the challenge of confronting something that could redefine our understanding of reality. Still, the quiet pull of curiosity and wonder persists, urging us to look up, reach out, and trust that we are part of something greater. For others, the idea of intelligent life elsewhere challenges deeply held religious beliefs and raises questions about our place in creation or the nature of divine purpose. This fear could stem from the worry that extraterrestrial existence might contradict sacred texts or diminish the spiritual significance of human life in the eyes of a creator. Yet many theologians, like those at the Vatican, propose that discovering extraterrestrial life could expand our understanding of God's boundless creativity, suggesting a divine plan vast enough to encompass countless worlds. Embracing this possibility requires courage to reconcile faith with the unknown and trusting that the divine mystery is grander than our current understanding.